The movie opens by saying that it is inspired by true events. Jennifer talks in the background while showing both her and Solomon in the same place, but they do not cross paths. Her monologue is about life and time, how most days pass in a blur, how things are always postponed later, and how change could happen easily in an instant. Jennifer Carter is a grad student studying for a master's degree in psychology. She goes inside a sports bar called Tracy's along with her two friends, Amanda and Megan. Megan is not excited to be there. Jennifer teases her to be having post-traumatic stress disorder as she referred to her friend as the worst bartender at a different bar. Solomon Chow and his friends are watching a game on the television and catch a glimpse of Jennifer and her friends. Jennifer proposes a toast to Amanda, who was just recently promoted. Jennifer notices and laughs at Solomon and his friends' reaction to the game they were watching. He and his two friends, Dave and Kyle, come up to Jennifer's group to say hi and introduce themselves. Dave tells them about a story that he claims will change their lives. Kyle and Solomon interrupt him and suggest they should leave the ladies already, so they do not embarrass themselves. Jennifer urges Dave to continue his story. Dave starts his story of how he almost lost his pinky toe. Jennifer and Solomon share prolonged eye contact. Solomon leaves to get a drink, to save himself from humiliation. Kyle follows him but is stopped by Dave. He continues telling his story to the ladies with Kyle by his side. Jennifer excuses herself, saying she would help Solomon with the drinks, but really only wants to interact with Solomon more. Jennifer spots him watching the game and starts a conversation with him by asking which side he is rooting for. She brings up Dave's story and tells him that Dave has the right idea of playing the odds to find the right girl for him with his story. She continues by saying that it is worth the risk, if one believes in destiny and chance in meeting the right person. Solomon begs to differ and still thinks it is the wrong idea. He stares at Jennifer for a longer period. She jokingly calls him out. He defends by saying that he is usually witty and charming and blames the margarita. The two continue to share jokes and laughs as they are instantly comfortable around each other. They both decide to go for a morning jog the next day and get to know each other more. Jennifer asks what he does for a living. Solomon says that he has a stable job in digital marketing. Jennifer thinks of being a therapist. She later gets a cramp from running. Solomon asks her to lift her arm up to help her ease the cramp. She admits that she lied about wanting to go running. In fact, she hates it and is a bad runner. She did it just because she wants to spend time with Solomon. She added that it was a bad idea for a first date. Solomon banters with what she said, and they both continue their jog. Tired, she stops by a hot dog stand to eat. Solomon pulls her away from it and brings her to a food truck pod to introduce her to his friend, Peter, whom he has worked with before as a cook in the food truck. Jennifer learns that Solomon is a great cook. He asks her to try Peter's new zucchini fritters, to which she shows a slight grimace as she is not a fan of zucchini. Besides the food truck pod is the farmer's market. Solomon shows her around the place of vendors. They come up to a group of musicians singing a song they both love. Solomon sings to it, and, being charmed by him, Jennifer gives him a kiss. She requests him to cook for her. He asks when he should cook for her. She replies saying that right now is the time and adds or never. This is where she is first heard saying the phrase, now or never. Solomon tells her that he can make her love zucchini. They come to her place to cook together. A song plays in the background while we see the two bond and share heartfelt moments together. They are genuinely happy with each other. Solomon's co-worker, Eric, catches him watching a cooking video. Solomon explains that he wants to impress Jennifer's mother with his cooking as it would be the first time they meet. Eric supports him and reminds him of his presentation deck that their boss, Yasmin, expects. At Jennifer's place, he shows exhaustion from his work due to his boss not wanting to hire more people. Jennifer urges him to quit his job and tells him to consider joining her cousin in her restaurant. He refuses to do so and says that his job is good for practicality, and that he could not afford to quit it. Still not giving up, she offers him to move in with her to reduce both of their expenses, with the hope of him saving up enough money to be able to quit his job. She sets some house rules, and he agrees and takes some of his things with him. Kyle and Dave help him get his couch inside. Jennifer notices that there is so much stuff that he has brought with him, most of which is labeled kitchen. She decides to give away the television he brought as they already have one. She helps him cook dinner. Jennifer praises his cooking. His phone vibrates, indicating a message from work. She refuses to give it to him so that he will not be in stress. The two sing and dance to Toothbrush Twin while brushing their teeth together. Shortly after, Solomon's abdomen seems to be hurting. Jennifer asks if he is okay. He tells her that it is only a muscle he pulled from working out. Over time, Jennifer notices that Solomon is burned out with his job. She tells Amanda and Megan of Solomon's toxic relationship with his work. They encourage Jennifer to throw out a Thanksgiving get-together at their place as a way to get him back to cooking again. All of their friends, including Jennifer's mother, come to the gathering. Kyle spills red wine on the carpet. Jennifer's mother, Hope, comes to clean it. An artist friend of Jennifer's gives them a nice painting. She introduces her to Dave. Chris, a friend of Solomon who is the bartender at the sports bar, says that the couch feels off. Dave defends it and says he has slept there when he was in between places. Amanda teases him, saying the couch is his longest relationship. Eric says he likes the couch. Chris mocks him, saying he is the couch as his clothes match well with it. Everyone laughs. Gigi, Jennifer's cousin who just opened a restaurant, approaches Solomon and asks about his cooking. She tastes some of his dishes and approves of him. Jennifer hears her asking him to be her chef. Everyone enjoys the dishes made by Solomon. Jennifer thanks the guests for coming to their house. Solomon accidentally hits Eric with the wine cork when opening the bottle for a toast, and the whole room bursts into laughter. Solomon whispers to Jennifer that he just put in his 2 weeks' notice. At nighttime, Jennifer leaves the kitchen to fix the setup of their bed for her mother to sleep in. Solomon whispers while hurdling up everyone else in the room. Unbeknownst to Jennifer, Solomon plans out a proposal with all of their friends on board. Jennifer walks in on them, and they act normal. While strolling outside and having a normal conversation with Jennifer, Solomon suddenly sings out the same song to which they first shared their kiss, along with hired musicians and their friends. They all sing and dance cheerfully. Jennifer is delighted. Solomon begins his proposal speech, saying Jennifer makes him feel like they can do anything. He goes down on one knee and says that he has never wanted anything more than to make Jennifer his wife. She giggles with tears of joy and says yes. Their friends are happy for them. Solomon now works as a cook at Gigi's restaurant. He is good at it and finally satisfied with his job. In the middle of the night, he suddenly feels extreme pain in his abdomen area. Jennifer rushes him to the hospital. Amanda and Megan come to accompany Jennifer. Kyle also comes after Megan told him about his friend. He says that the last time he was in the hospital was when his dad passed away. He is deeply worried and chooses to stay even after Jennifer told him that Solomon is going to be all right. The doctor tells Jennifer that he has developed a tumor in his liver that needs to be removed immediately. The doctors remove that part of his liver, and they are to wait for the results. Solomon tells Jennifer they should get a dog if they receive bad news regarding this. Jennifer dismisses him, saying that they will receive good news. Fortunately, the doctor says that everything looks good. The procedure is successful, and his body works normally. His liver is regenerating nicely. He says that he needs to follow up after 6 weeks, and that the two can plan their wedding. Jennifer and Solomon celebrate, dancing in their house. He goes back to work and is congratulated as his dish is now on the board. He shows a small smile. Gigi comes to the kitchen to say that Solomon's dish is now a permanent item on the menu. She asks him about his health condition, and he replies that he is doing well. Neil is shocked to know that the liver grows back. Solomon, Jennifer, and their friends check on the space outside Gigi's restaurant. They plan on having the wedding there. Megan does not approve of this and says she will not let them dance on gravel for their wedding. The others convince her that it will be good. Jennifer and Solomon go to the beach happily, have a talk about their slow dance, and share an intimate moment. Jennifer volunteered with her friends for a 90-minute workout outdoors. Megan shows Jennifer a magazine with ideas for the wedding and a bridal dress. Amanda takes away the magazine, saying that it is expensive. Solomon texts Jennifer in the middle of the workout to go home. Outside of their house, she finds Solomon with a dog named Otis. He says that it is their dog, and she asks him why they have a dog, with sorrow in her eyes as she remembers that they would get a dog if they receive bad news. Solomon breaks down his negative situation regarding his health and his short time left. Jennifer sobs on the floor. He reassures her that he will be all right, but there is doubt about this in his heart. Amanda asks Jennifer if Solomon would stop working. Jennifer says he wants to, but he probably can't. Megan asks if they would continue with their wedding. Jennifer tells them that they have decided to postpone the wedding to minimize costs and stress. Megan asks what they can do to help Jennifer. She replies she does not know. Hope comes to meet with Megan, Amanda, and Dave. She asks where Kyle is. Dave says he disappeared on Solomon, and Megan defends him, saying that he went through a lot. Amanda says that it is not about him. Megan wants to plan Jennifer and Solomon a wedding as soon as possible because she thinks they want one. Hope agrees and asks how. Megan sighs and looks down. Jennifer, with their dog, accompanies Solomon to chemotherapy. A patient asks if the dog comes with the place, and Solomon says that the dog is their own. The patient puts down the magazine he is reading. Solomon says that he should read a good book that would take him away from all of it. The patient is pessimistic, yet Solomon tries to give him a positive outlook on his well-being. The patient seems to have been moved by this. Their friends inform them that they are currently helping with the wedding and will cover some of the expenses. They estimated the overall cost of the wedding to be around $20,000. They set up a fundraiser for it with the goal of reaching it. Megan, Amanda, and Dave already donate $200 each to get it started. Jennifer is skeptical of their proposition, but Megan assures her that they can do it and that they deserve a wedding. Solomon agrees with their friend's idea to let them plan and prepare for the wedding. With the help of their friends and connections, the fundraiser grows. Their flyers and advertisements reach a lot of people. Jennifer and Saul's story has become a trend. Soon enough, they have raised enough money and are now making preparations for the wedding. They visit the venue with Jerome, who helped them get it. Jennifer thinks that the dress she is trying on is not meant for her as it is too expensive. The seller tells her that she can choose whatever dress she wants as there is no price tag for her. Megan says she has found the right dress for Jennifer, and she likes it. Solomon picks his suit and hesitates because of the price. Dave tells him that it is already covered by the fund that they have raised and that he should choose the best suit. He also brings up Kyle's absence while Solomon tries on a suit. Solomon tells him that Kyle may be experiencing post-traumatic stress disorder as he lost his own father to cancer. At home, a distressed Solomon complains that the pizza he eats tastes like copper. Jennifer reminds him that it is one of the side effects of one of his medicines. He rants that he experiences all of the side effects of his medications and is overwhelmed by the wedding. He worries and overthinks that, if they go on with the wedding, people will pity Jennifer. He says that they will see her as a widow in white. Jennifer is disheartened by this. He proceeds to say that maybe he should stop doing the treatments. Jennifer is further dismayed and angered, and tears start to well up in her eyes. She shouts and calls him selfish. They both get heated up in an argument. No matter how much Jennifer tells him they can fix this, Solomon still lashes out at how it would be so much easier if he was to accept his end already. Jennifer, shocked and saddened, slowly walks away and goes for a walk. They both discuss the issue outside. Solomon is very much upset that his medications take away his sense of taste as he is a chef and is passionate about it. Jennifer tries to reason it out, saying that it would be worse if the other senses were taken from him instead of taste. He would not see, hear, or feel her. The tension gradually subsides. She tries to persuade him to not give up. She says that she rejects the idea of her being a widow and instead stands firmly on being Solomon's bride. Both tearful, they embrace each other and Solomon agrees to continue on with the wedding. Everyone prepares for the wedding. Solomon gives Dave, his best man, a small gift before the ceremony. It has now or never engraved on it, signifying the line Jennifer always says, which now has become Solomon's line as well. Jennifer and Solomon's song plays on the violin as the bride walks toward the groom. Jennifer hugs Amanda, her maid of honor. The patient whom Jennifer and Solomon talk to is at the wedding. Megan acts as the priest. She tells in her speech that everyone there stepped up to make the wedding happen because they know and love the bride and groom-to-be. She is very emotional while saying her speech and cannot finish it. Amanda tries to finish it up for her. However, after saying that she has never known a couple whose love is as deep as theirs, she breaks down into tears as well. Dave, knowing that they need to proceed, prompts Solomon to say his vows instead. He delivers a brief yet hearty vow to Jennifer. Firstly, he vows to never stop loving her. He tells her that she has found him. She replies to this by saying the same. He ends it by saying he will love her with all his life. Jennifer starts her vow with a memory from their first date in the farmer's market, the day after they had just met. She tells him that she already misses him even if she had just met him that time. She proceeds to say that every day, she chooses him, and ends her vow by saying she will never stop loving him, just like what Solomon has said to her. The two share a kiss for the first time as husband and wife. The wedding party continue, and the couple slow dance to a passionate song, sung live by their friend. Solomon says thank you to Jennifer for pushing him to let this happen. Kyle comes inside the venue and is welcomed by their friends. Jennifer and Solomon leave the guests to go outside and run to a big fountain nearby. Solomon is glad that they did continue the wedding. The couple exchange loving lines. Once again, Jennifer says it's now or never, pertaining to jumping in the fountain. She rephrases this by saying there is only now and jumps into the water. An affectionate song plays in the background. Solomon follows shortly after, and the two play. Solomon shouts in joy before sharing an intimate kiss with his wife in the water. The scene changes to show Solomon undergoing a procedural test. It is slow and almost silent, with only minimal instrumental background music. The doctor discloses to Jennifer that the cancer has already spread to a huge part of Solomon's brain. He urges Jennifer to now ask whatever questions she has, regardless of how hard they seem to be asked. Jennifer responds by telling that she can't think of any questions at the moment. He clarifies that she should ask those questions to Solomon and not him. As they are walking together in the hospital, Solomon stops. Jennifer looks at him, and he slightly shakes his head. She comes to him, and he whispers he is sorry before crying in Jennifer's arms, as they embrace tightly for a long time. She drops him off at their house where both Dave and Kyle await Solomon. She sits in the car while pushing back tears. Her emotions were too strong, and so she couldn't help but let it all out, shouting no and hitting the steering wheel before breaking down in tears. Solomon just lies on the couch watching television. Hope assists Jennifer in taking care of him. Jennifer sits beside him and asks whom he is rooting for in the boxing match he is watching. This is similar to their first conversation at the sports bar on the day they first met. Although both are obviously sad, Jennifer and Solomon sing Toothbrush Twins while brushing their teeth, just like they did before. Jennifer gets up from bed to write on her laptop. Solomon sees her and asks if she is writing his eulogy. She replies that it is almost finished. He asks her to read it to him. She reads what we hear at the beginning of the movie, her monologue about life and time, and how change could happen easily. She tells the continuation of Solomon's eulogy in the background as time passes by, and she opens a bar called Now or Never, the meaning of which she also mentions in the eulogy. Life is not meant to be lived later. She says that this is Solomon's gift to them, for he always looked for moments. She talks about collecting moments, remembering the days, and finding oneself. Amanda and Megan bring her something that Solomon has left for her. They leave her alone to open it and tell her to just meet them after at the pool. It is a box with the label Happy Honeymoon. Inside is a flash drive containing a video message from Solomon for her. In the video, he thanks her again and says he wishes he had more time to spend with her. He mentions that, despite the short time they had together, the moments that they made were more than enough for him. He tells her to not think of him as sick but rather as a dancing shirtless guy. He kids. He then tells Jennifer to open the box. There is another box inside containing about 50 zucchini recipes for Jennifer to try. Jennifer lets out a small laugh with tears in her eyes. She sees herself come into view in the video wherein they share a passionate kiss. She soon leaves the room, and Solomon ends the video by saying he loves her. Jennifer says the same thing, lets out a small smile, and closes her laptop. She goes out to the beach alone, with the background of her voice repeating some of the lines in Solomon's video message. She continues to say that because of Solomon, she is living for today, about how she knows what it feels to love and be truly loved, as well as letting moments guide, heal, strengthen, and inspire her. With this, she concludes it will be the way that she will live every day all her life. All this she learned from knowing and loving Solomon. She goes swimming alone, looking content with her life.